2023. Good morning, and you're listening to the news at Section 3 FM 92.7 on the morning show Sunrise. My name is George Kwaning, and we come to you live from our studios at Adisawe Kanda in Accra, live on the numerous athletes across the country and on 3news.com as well. Coming up this morning, NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama describes as unwarranted attacks against Domahin over comment regarding the trial of Asin North MP James Kwaning, and floods cause havoc in Volta regional capital Ho. Also coming up this morning, 3FM Fair records impressive turnout, ends on a high note. And on the international front, BBC presenter scandal. The latest is suspended star made panic calls after claims emerge. My name is George Kwaning. We've got details of these and many more coming up shortly. Just stay with us. Now let's set it for the details of the stories, and let's begin with politics, because the 2024 flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has taken a swipe at supporters of the governing New Patriotic Party who've taken on the Domahin or Siadeyo Ajimambedu for asking the Attorney General to file a nollie prosequi in the James Kwaning case. The Domahin has come under attack for asking the government to hold the case in the interest of national unity. Speaking at the Thanksgiving rally of the NDC in Asimbureku, John Dramani Mahama said the attacks are unwarranted. Here's a report by my colleague Komla Kluche.
The entry of James Kwaning sent the crowd agog with the unified strength of the chiefs and people. For months, the NDC campaigned to retain a seat they held until it was declared null and void. A rally, the climax is a weekend of activities to thank the chiefs and people, saw several party faithfuls, MPs and stalwarts of the party in attendance. Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, says Joe Kweson's greatness will be unmatched despite all the weapons formed against him.
Joe Kwaning is on the way to greatness. Who God bless, no one cares.
For James Kwaning, the outpouring of love has rejuvenated his spirit to fight more for the constituency.
I promised my constituents of development, and that is what I have come to deliver. Everybody can join the NDC because it is the only party that gives opportunity to the commoner.
Let me offer any common person, president, MP,
Former president and 2024 NDC flag bearer John Mahama intimated that the same formula is the way forward.
The Asin formula is what we will resort to for victory in 2024.
He called out people who have been attacking the Domahin.
And that was a report filed by my colleague Komla Kluche. And now, President of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, is advocating for the deployment of technology to accelerate Africa's achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, especially Goal 6, which promotes quality sanitation and water for all by 2030. According to him, the low funding of the sanitation and water sectors, coupled with improper ways of handling waste, have persistently impeded the achievement of Goal 6. The Zambian President, Hakainde Hichilema, who was at the Accra Compost Plant to obtain first-hand information on waste processing and leveraging existing technologies to improve the prevailing sanitation situation in Zambia, observed that waste management issues persist because sanitation has not been a priority and called for a paradigm shift in funding. Take a listen.
Time has come to allocate decent resources to the priorities of Africa, development, jobs. I don't think our populations would tolerate leaders who just talk anymore. I don't think so. And you all know why. Because the population is young, it's energetic, it's fragile, it's impatient. Some of us are pushing. This must be top of our agenda on our regional meetings. ECOWAS, SADC, East African Community, and the African Union. Not just talking politics. We must talk politics, but really driven by business and opportunities for our people.
You heard the Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema there. And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the news at Section 3 FM 92.7 with me, George Kwaning. More news this morning. It was a gruesome murder that attracted global condemnation. Although such incidents are not new in the northern part of the country, they remain barbaric, illegal, criminal, and unconstitutional. My colleague Christopher Mwako has more in the following report.
It was a murder that enraged the country and put the scorching light on practice of lynching alleged witches. On Thursday, July 23, 2020, 90-year-old Dente was lynched in broad daylight at Kafaba in the East Gonja municipality of the Savannah region over witchcraft accusations. She was one of 17 women who were subjected to inhuman treatment by a supposed soothsayer whose job was to flush out witches the community claimed were holding back their development. The public outraged forced the police to act. The soothsayer Haja Sirina Mohammed and her accomplice Latifa Bomaye were arrested and arraigned before the Tamale High Court. They were charged with murder, which was later changed to manslaughter after the defense reached a deal with the prosecution on Tuesday, July 4. The two were convicted to 12 years imprisonment each for the two charges of manslaughter and trial by ordeal. Speaking for the first time after the verdict, the family of Dente, who lost her life as a result of the lynching, say this represents some form of justice for her.
The court is the high decision-making of the land. We can't say anything. We are happy that our mother will be given justice.
Two other suspects, teacher Aliu and Sanja, who are on the police wanted list, remain on the run.
Christopher Mwako is another regional correspondent, bringing us that extensive report there. Hundreds of residents and businesses have been devastated by severe flooding caused by a 4-hour rainstorm that hit the whole municipality on Saturday. Robert Abelba has been touring some affected areas together with the whole municipal chief executive, Divine Bozun, and has filed this report.
The intense downpour reportedly began around 3:30 Saturday afternoon and lasted about 4 hours in the whole municipality. The intensity of the rainstorm led to the ground becoming so saturated that it could no longer absorb water. Many homes and businesses were inundated. Some of the affected areas include Ho Bankoi, Ho Polyclinic, SDA, Powerhouse and Medical Village. Other impacts of the flooding include severe erosion of roads and drains in the municipality. The Ho Municipal Chief Executive Divine Boson led an inspection tour of some of the affected areas.
When you want people to tell you to sweep your environment, to clean your waterway and those things, and they have to tell you, it goes with a cost.
Ivy Ameuga is the Volta Regional Director of the National Disaster Management Organization.
Some people have some structures and waterways, and it is the duty of the Assembly to make sure that those structures are pulled down.
The Deputy Regional Environmental Officer, Comfort Sunu, urged stakeholders to adopt a new strategic plan to prevent further disasters.
And newborn babies from 0 to 6 years to be issued with Ghana cards from this month as the National Identification Authority rallies to ensure no one is left behind. Executive Secretary of the National Identification Authority, Professor Kenatefa, explained the authority will be working with the Ghana Health Service to ensure all newborn babies are given a code to facilitate the process right from birth. Speaking during the facilitation of registration of lepers at the Regional Leprosarium onto the National Identification Authority database, he further noted adolescents below 15 years will equally be registered.
We are working with the Register of Births and Deaths Registry and with the Ghana Health Service to ensure that children born from age 0 are given the unique number tied to their mother's identity or that of other parent. And when they are 6 years old and their biometrics are fully developed, then we issue them with the actual Ghana cards. Between 6 and 15 will also be registered by NIA working in concert with the National Health Insurance Authority. We will be in the schools and kindergartens and all those places where Ghanaian children congregate.
Still on babies, and the 3FM Baby Fair ended on Sunday with an impressive turnout of thousands of people over the 3-day period. The maiden edition held at the Marina Mall in Accra has been deemed a resounding success, leaving many eagerly anticipating the next event. Michael Bodu brings you the full story.
The 3-day event has had so many people come around. The patronage has been massive and impressive, more especially for the vendors. They say they have experienced major sales at the event.
For me, it's been wonderful. So I'd encourage more of this. We want more of this. It's been a very wonderful experience. I mean, this is the maiden edition, and then we didn't expect this turnout. I mean, it's been very amazing. We've had fun.
Will you come back next year?
Definitely. I will. I really will.
So we've been interacting with some of the patrons of the 3FM Baby Fair, and they've been sharing their experience so far.
I saw it on a print status, and getting here is really fun.
It's awesome. I mean, seeing this for the first time, I'm like, whoa. We just came out from the mall doing some shopping, and we just saw this, and the kids are loving it.
It's too much. I wish you keep on organizing such events.
AJ Akwaku Sapong is the head of events at 3FM, and she's been busy running around to pull this off. AJ, what would you like to say about the event so far and the patronage?
I would like to say a very big thank you. A thank you to our listeners, a thank you to our viewers, our listeners on 3FM 92.7 and our viewers on TV3 who have truly come through in the rain, in the sun, just come through with their entire families and had a fantastic time. A very big thank you to our supporters as well.
And now let's do some international news. The BBC presenter accused of paying a teenager for explicit pictures made panic phone calls to them after the story was published to try and stop the investigation, it has been claimed. And what have you done? The now suspended TV reportedly asked after the claims were made in The Sun last week, and an unnamed BBC star allegedly appeared in this underwear in a video call and paid more than £35,000 in exchange for sexual images. And while the family was said to have complained to the BBC on 19th May, they became frustrated that the star remained on air. The broadcaster has confirmed it received a complaint at the time, but said that new allegations were put to us on Thursday of a different nature. A spokesperson said on Sunday afternoon that the broadcaster has been in touch with the police alongside conducting its own inquiries and talking to the family of the then teenager. In a statement, the Metropolitan Police said that Met has received initial contact from the BBC in relation to this matter, but no formal referral or allegation has been made. Well, on that note, we end the morning news. Before we go look again at our top stories, and NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama describes as unwarranted attacks against Domahin over the comments regarding the trial of Asin North MP James Jachi Kwesen. Floods cause havoc in Volta regional capital. And 3FM Baby Fair records impressive turnout, and it ends on a high note. And BBC presenter scandal and suspended star made panic calls after claims emerged. My name is George Kwaning. For more news update, just log on to our website, it's 3news.com. In a world where you can be anything, just be kind. It costs nothing to be kind. Thanks for listening. It was a pleasure coming your way. Have a good morning.